Just a reminder that this video is equipped with chapters, so feel free to skip or jump to the chapter that you want to watch.
Alright, this is OpenMeet, a very unique headset created by Shokz, which is centered for communication like calls and meetings, as the name implies. Traditional headsets usually goes in ear, on ear, and over the ear. Well, OpenMeet is literally outside the ear. Shokz is one of the pioneer and leading company when it comes to bone conduction headphone technology. Instead of the sound traveling through air, bone conduction lets the sound travel through vibration within our bones. And with OpenMeet, Shokz blends bone and air conduction for rich, distortion-free sound, which they call the dual pitch technology. By the way, if you missed my previous video about the full unboxing of the Shokz OpenMeet, you can see the video link in the video description, and it will also pop up somewhere in the screen now. OpenMeet possesses the 10th generation bone conduction technology from Shokz with a flexible titanium flex technology that ensures a custom fit compatible with eyewear like reading glasses and sunglasses. It is rich in features that fits the professional environment like a LED status light, independent buttons for calls and mute or unmute button, and a companion app for unlocking more features. As of the creation of this video, there is no official pricing yet for Shokz OpenMeet in the Philippines, but in the US, it sells for $219.95 US, which roughly converts to 12,800 Philippine pesos. Anyway, here is a rundown of the full specification of the Shokz OpenMeet, at least on paper, so that you won't miss anything. I apologize for the dirty weighing scale. The weight of the OpenMeet in paper is indeed true to life at only 78 grams, plus or minus 1 gram. The whole device is made up of titanium flex steel, plastic, and large part is silicone, which makes it very lightweight. Almost all parts are flexible. There is a thin steel inside the headband which is covered with silicone. The stem going to the head muffs are also flexible. The microphone is also flexible, but it stays in just one curve. Almost the whole device is flexible and light, which makes it really easy to fit to anybody's head size. In addition to that, you can also extend the whole headband by about 1 inch on each side for a total of 2 inches extension. There is also a very soft pressure relief cushion here that touches the upper side of your head for additional grip and fit without the uncomfortable pressure. The default cushion attached to the OpenMeet is small. You can change it with the medium or large sizes. It is attached with a Velcro, so it's really easy to swap them. For my personal use, I am utilizing the large size. Overall, I like the unique build and form of the OpenMeet. With Shokz's signature open-ear design, it eliminates the discomfort that you usually get from the traditional headsets. Although because of this, there's also some compromise, especially when it comes to sound quality and noise cancelling. The only thing missing here that's usually a feature of Shokz's product is the sweat and water resistance, which the OpenMeet does not have. And this is understandable since OpenMeet is made mainly for communication, so the demographics are mostly at workplaces where water nor sweat is rampant. Okay, for the connectivity, we only have two options here. For Bluetooth and using the USB-A dongle here, which Shokz calls Loop 120. There is no option for a wired connection here, which I think is a missed opportunity as wired connection is a great option when the device runs out of battery. Both Bluetooth connection and dongle connection are pretty much straightforward. For the dongle, just power on the OpenMeet, then plug in this USB dongle and wait for about 5 to 10 seconds for them to connect. Be aware though that you cannot use the Loop 120 when the device is also connected via Bluetooth. You can only use one mode at a time and never both. I was also disappointed with the Loop 120 connectivity as it randomly disconnects for no reason at all. It automatically reconnects after a few seconds, but it is still very annoying, especially when you are in a call. It consistently happens 3 to 4 times every hour. I've used it on 2 different laptops and experienced the same issue. Maybe it's just my unit, I don't know, but Bluetooth connection is absolutely great for me on any device. To connect with Bluetooth, while OpenMeet is turned off, press and hold the power button for 5 seconds. The LED indicator will blink with blue and red light alternatively, which means it is on pairing mode. From your device's Bluetooth settings, you should be able to pair with OpenMeet by Shokz as usual. Once paired, OpenMeet will show a solid blue LED light. The best part for Bluetooth connection is the multi-point pairing, where you can connect 2 devices at a time, and whoever plays a sound first get to transmit the sound to the headset. This is really useful to me as I usually work with a cell phone and a laptop at the same time. There's almost no latency for both the Loop 120 and Bluetooth connections. It's maybe just around 5 to 10 milliseconds, which is very much equivalent to none. I was also able to go as far as 30 feet or 10 meters with two dividing concrete walls between my phone and OpenMeet on a Bluetooth connection before the sound transmission was cut off. I think Shock's claim of 100 feet distance is very much possible if there are no barriers between the device and the headset, and that the device also has Bluetooth version 5.4 since my Samsung S23 only has Bluetooth 5.3. For the fit, I have no issue at all. You just need to place the contact pad on your cheekbone on the same level as your ear hole, and you can hear the sound loud and clear. Placing the contact pad higher or further will cause the sound to be quieter and unclear. Since this is a bone conduction headset, we do not expect a snug fit here as the vibrations will be too much if the fit is too tight. So expect a loose fit with the open meat, which means sudden or rapid head movements will result in the headset becoming misaligned or even fall off. The microphone's length and rotation angles perfectly aligns with the mouth without blocking it, so eating or drinking water can be done even when the microphone is in use. With just 78 grams of weight, OpenMeet offers an effortless all-day wear, which I literally tested doing. Wearing OpenMeeting for 12 hours straight. No strains, no pains, no weird feeling at all. It's like I'm not wearing anything after some time. Be aware though that bone conduction headset might not be for everyone. My wife tested it for about 10 minutes and she said that she feels the vibrations, which is very uncomfortable to her. The vibration is too distracting for her. Moving on to the controls, we have three physical buttons. The multi-function button is used to power on or off the headset. 2 seconds press to power on and 3-second press to power off. As shown earlier, you can also do a 5-second press for pairing. This same button is also used to play or pause your music or video by pressing it once. Still on this same multi-function button, you can slide it up or down to increase or decrease the volume of your device, while double pressing it moves to the next track, and triple pressing it moves to the previous track. At the edge of the microphone boom, we also have a button. When you are in a call, this acts as the mute or unmute control. When not on a call, pressing this will bring up the phone assistant, which in my case is Google Gemini. On the other edge of the microphone boom, we also have another button which is dedicated for calls. Single click for answering or ending calls and double click for rejecting calls. Aside from these buttons, there's also a female voiceover for different events. After powering on the OpenMeet, the voiceover will say if the battery is at low, medium, or high level. It also narrates when you are connected to device 1, device 2, or to a PC via the USB dongle, and also if there are no device connected. And I like this, it adds a good immersive experience to the user. Controls of OpenMeet is pretty much perfect for me. You just feel that great thoughts are spent on this control setup, including the LED light color indicators, to make the OpenMeet stand out as a legit professional communication tool and enhance the user experience. Shokz claims a 14-hour talk time or 15-hour listening time. On my personal usage, maybe about 65% listening and 35% talking. For 12 hours, the battery went down from 100% to 10%. If my computation is right, if I push this to 0%, I will only have 13 hours and 20 minutes, which is short for 14 or 15 hours, but not by much, given that I most used OpenMeet at 80% volume when listening to music, and at 100% volume when on calls. I think Shock's claim of battery life is accurate enough. For charging time, Shokz claims 1.5 hours from 0 to 100, and I think this is not true because it is much faster than that. I only spent 55 minutes charging from 10% to 100, which makes it only about 62 minutes if I start from 0%. Overall, I am impressed with the battery of this headset. Shokz OpenMeet has a dual microphone system setup with Qualcomm CBC, which they claim reduces background noise by 98.6%. Although I don't think that 98.6% of noise is reduced, the OpenMeet's microphone still generally performs very well. In a really noisy environment, you can still hear the background noise, but the speaker's voice is still the dominant sound that you can hear clearly. When reducing wind noises though, parts of the speaker's voice are also reduced, leaving it with a muffled sound. Listen to the microphone tests I did and let me know what you think.
This is a testing of the microphone of the Shokz OpenMeet using a Bluetooth connection. Hello, mic test. Test mic. Hello, hello, mic test. Hello, this is a test of the microphone of the Shokz OpenMeet using the dongle as the connection. Hello, mic test. Test mic. Hello, hello, mic test. Hello, this is a microphone test of the Shokz OpenMeet while I'm in front of an electric fan with heavy wind blowing in my face. Hello, test mic, hello, mic test. Hello, this is a microphone test of the Shokz OpenMeet while there is simulated street noise in the background. Hello, mic test mic, hello, hello.
Shokz OpenMeet also has a software companion. For Android and iOS, it is named Shokz, and for Windows and Mac OS, it is called Shokz Connect. It is free to download and install. As with any other companion apps these days, you will need an account to sign into the app, so you'll need to create an account or sign up if you don't have a Shokz account yet. When using the application on any platform, you need the OpenMeet to be connected to that device because the first thing that the app will do is to detect a connected Shokz product. It will not proceed to the app if it cannot detect any connected Shokz product. In the landing page of the Android Shokz app, you will be presented with the device name, picture, and battery percentage of your device. The top left corner icon just shows the currently connected devices, while the top right gear icon takes you to the information page where you can update your profile and even add more Shokz devices. From the settings page, you can manage your multi-point pairing, which enables OpenMeet to connect the two devices at the same time. From here, you will see all the previously connected devices and basically select any two devices to connect to at a time. In the equalizer mode, you can only select two profiles for standard and vocal. Notification setting lets you choose the type, volume, and language, and also if you want a tone every time you press a button from the device. Call setting lets you toggle the busy light indicator, focus mode, and mute reminder tone. Auto sleep is pretty much self-explanatory, just lets you choose the sleep timer. You can also check for firmware update here. Select the language as well as the dark mode settings. We also have an FAQ page here, which unfortunately does not include OpenMeet section yet. But in the user guide, we already have OpenMeet. This is basically a soft copy of the printed user guide that comes with the box. Then we have the usual sections for about the company, legal stuffs, and surveys. Back to the main page, we basically have quick access to the same settings items here like the EQ, multi-point pairing, notification and call settings, and firmware updates, and that's it. As for the Windows Shokz Connect app, for some reason, it cannot detect my OpenMeet. I've already tried to install, reinstall, re-download the installer and reinstall again, but it's still the same. Shokz might still need to update this application as OpenMeet is fairly new and might not be integrated in the Shokz Connect app yet. Alright, for the sound quality, as this headset is not really intended for music listening and instead for professional conferencing or calls, there's not much items to elaborate here. I think Shokz focused the optimization of the sound here to the vocals, which is on the mids. So for the mids, the sound is superb. It is very full and clear. But for the highs and bass, it's as average as any cheap headsets out there. In addition to that, remember that even though air conduction is also used here, OpenMeet is still mainly a bone conduction headset, which means it transmits the sound through bone vibrations and basically bypasses the eardrums. Air conduction, which transmits sound through air that passes the ear canal and everything in it, will generally provide a more natural and balanced sound for both high and bass frequencies, most especially for that thump of the bass. While bone conduction can still deliver highs and bass, it will naturally lack the quality and impact as compared to air conduction. But if we will focus only on the purpose of the OpenMeet headset, which is for professional communication, I think Shokz nailed it. Communication-wise, it is nearly perfect. My only gripe here is the significant sound leak, especially when you're on a higher volume. When using it on a quiet environment, like elevators or inside an air-conditioned car, people around you can definitely hear the conversation. So just be aware of that, most particularly when the conversation should be a confidential one. Okay, the Shokz OpenMeet is a top-of-the-line open-ear headset that is perfect for busy folks who need solid connectivity, all-day comfort, and clear sound. Thanks to Shokz's signature open-ear design, you'll stay aware of what's going on around you while enjoying great audio and crystal clear calls. It's great for smooth communication wherever you are. But before shelling out your hard-earned money for OpenMeet, make sure that you understand that this is not like the headset that everyone knows. This is mainly a bone conduction headset, which means this will always be an open ear type of headset, which means there is automatically no noise cancelling feature here. If you're a bass head, this is also not for you since it cannot give you that bass impact that you can get from a closed ear air conduction headsets like the Anker SoundCore Space One, for example. Some people are also not comfortable with bone conduction headsets, like my wife, so make sure that you try it first before investing to one. Just to be clear, this is not me discouraging you from a bone conduction headset. It's just me being a responsible content creator sharing you all the parameters so you can make a good decision. With all of this said, with me actually using the Shokz OpenMeet for 3 weeks now, both for music listening and for actual work calls in the office, I will highly recommend this product to anyone. If you are always on a call in MS Teams, Zoom meetings, even on your phone, and can afford its price tag, Shokz OpenMeet is a must-have tool. There is no stress whatsoever in wearing it all day. The battery life will last you more than your office hours. The Bluetooth connectivity is solid. You can seamlessly switch from your laptop's meetings to your phone's music anytime. And the controls makes everything a lot easier to navigate. Personally, Shokz OpenMeet perfectly fits my work life and lifestyle, and I'm loving it so far. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If it has helped you in any way, please do consider subscribing to the channel. Nila Suj for watching. No bear.